A few months ago, I started a 90-day VR workout challenge to see if working out in VR can get you actually into shape. I am pretty good at procrastinating, so this was actually gonna be a double challenge for me. In this video, I will share what happened, how I solved things, and give you tips that you can use if you're planning on working out in VR as well. And let's get into it and join me beyond reality. For the people tuning in for the first time, I did a VR workout challenge with the app FitXR. Also a sponsorship disclosure, thanks to FitXR for partnering with me on this challenge. So FitXR is a virtual reality fitness game with access to real fitness trainers, popular music and unique studios. Box, dance, sculpt, combat and hit. You're able to personalize your own training, choose whichever workout type you want, and there are also a lot of collections you can try out, which is really nice if you're not sure what to choose yourself. Before we move on, FitXR has generously provided 5 keys for a free 30-day subscription. For a chance to win, comment down below why you could use a VR workout. We will pick the winner in a week. Now for the challenge. The challenge was supposed to last 90 days, but because of an event and work coming in between, I extended it with another month, and that's why I'm uploading the video now. I'm going to tell you all about the workout journey, so the workout problems I encountered and how to deal with them. After this, I'm gonna show you the results and improvement, and at the end, I'm gonna give you some recommendations of things I would have done differently to get even better results. That being said, the workout challenge was definitely interesting for me. Something I struggle with personally is with staying persistent when working out. I find it pretty hard to stick to my schedule, starting at all, or getting back into routine after vacation or a long weekend. And this also happened during this challenge. The first month went pretty well actually. I used the FitXR app to set my weekly goal of 3 times a week and started off by trying the different studios. I noticed I love doing the combat classes. I really got the feeling I was learning to fight for real, which was really cool and feels amazing. But also tried switching up between leg and arm workouts during the week and noticed that switching between the studios worked well for this. Sadly, after a month, I started slacking off quite a bit and also went to a VR event, AWE. It took a while, which didn't really help me with my schedule and motivation at all. But I was able to get back into shape and back into routine again because of the following things. One thing that helped me is how active FitXR is with adding new classes, collections and sometimes even new trainers. Seeing new things triggers me to try it out, so that definitely gets me back into something, and I really like that they're so active. For example, after my vacation I got back into training because of the Box Like a Pro training program by Nicola Adams.
What's up, Nicola Adams here. Welcome to Box Like a Pro.
This is a special training that was added in May, where you learn the ins and outs of boxing in 2 phases. Phase 1 contains training sessions, which teach you the foundation of boxing. Phase 2 is fighting. In this phase you also learn dodging and countering. For me this was perfect because I needed a training that got me back into my workout routine in a constructive way. Another one of my biggest motivation was working out together with Kaz. FitXR has a multiplayer option, which I totally love. When there was a time where I didn't feel motivated to start my workout, which was quite often, Kaz dragged me into VR to do it together. The fun part is the gamification. It becomes a battle because you're able to see each other's points during the workouts. And sometimes we were laughing too much or distracting each other to get the other person to mess up. This was a huge motivator. I definitely recommend working out with someone, and Kaz and I had so much fun together. And don't forget, this is VR. So this means you're able to work out with someone who is somewhere else entirely. And I think this is one of the biggest benefits of using VR. And in case you don't have friends with a VR headset, or in my case, if Kaz doesn't have time to drag me into VR, a fun thing that FitXR has is that you always see other real people during the workouts. This gives you the feeling that you're always doing real group lessons, and also gives you a little bit more motivation to hit just a little bit harder, you know? Just a little bit harder, getting those points. Next, I want to talk about the problems I encountered during my VR workouts and which solutions I used, and maybe you can try as well. The one thing that definitely stood out for me was sweating during workouts. Yeah, sweating. A lot of that. The problem with this is that if your head or face sweats, your VR glasses will get foggy, which means it can be harder to follow the movements the trainer is showing because you can simply not see it. At one point it was 30 degrees Celsius, I think around 86 Fahrenheit in Holland, and even though my house is pretty cold, the headset got foggy straight from the beginning. So mostly it gets foggy more at the end of my workout, which isn't that bad. Sweating isn't something you can avoid. Personally, I sweat a lot during my workouts. Cass, on the other hand, almost never sweats. Such a lucky girl. Yeah.
Let's go.
Wish I had that. What you can do is working out in a cold environment. Make sure your room is nice and cold and maintain the sweating during your workouts. What I did was keeping a cleaning cloth and a towel next to my glasses at all times during my workouts. This way I was able to clean the glasses and dry my face off after each class. Most classes are between 6 to 13 minutes and I try to do around 3 or 4 classes each time I work out. So this means 3 times cleaning in between. I definitely recommend it to do this to make sure you'll keep your sight during all sessions. And not to forget, you'll need a facial interface that you are able to clean. So one that's made of leather or silicone, and the one I love to use is the VR cover leather face interface. But I also tried the Razer VR facial interface, which is made of soft silicone. Personally, I got the feeling that I was sweating more because of the silicone, but if you don't sweat as much, this cover can be a really nice alternative because it's really breathable. And yeah, other than the sweating, I didn't run into other problems working out in VR. Yeah, it's just that. Which is definitely a big plus because that proves that VR workouts are really accessible in my opinion. Now for the results. So before starting the challenge, I was gaining more weight each month. It wasn't a huge amount, but it wasn't going in the right direction. I think it was even higher than what I showed on the video last time. I think it was around 71 kilograms or something. I don't even want to know what it was in pounds. I don't want to know. But after starting the challenge, I actually started losing weight again. And not only that, I noticed that I also had a better endurance doing other activities. Yeah, here are my current and old measurements shown on screen. As you can see, it's not a huge difference, but for me, this is what I wanted to see. My goal wasn't to lose a lot of weight, but to be able to build endurance and start doing an activity so I would stop gaining weight. I definitely believe that working out in VR is something that can give you a good improvement, and it's a good way to get into working out if you're just starting. The only thing that I'm not sure of is if you're going to be able to build a lot of muscles by doing VR workouts, because the only improvements I noticed were definitely more on the endurance part, so for cardio VR is definitely a good option. One other thing you can try is using weights on your arms and legs during your VR workout to make it a little bit more intense. Also something I want to mention, because I saw someone ask this in the last video. The question was if you're learning to use the right postures during the workouts. I definitely would say yes. The trainer mentioned what you have to do, which way to stand and do your moves. And you can also earn points if your arms and head are positioned right. So you will actually feel and see it during the workouts. And because I was filming myself, I could actually see that I was using the right postures afterwards as well. So this all means you're actually learning the techniques the trainers are showing, which is something I would definitely add as a big plus. If we're talking about results. So you're actually getting a workout, but you're also learning techniques. Here are some other things I would recommend doing, which I didn't do but could have made a big difference. First of all, changing your food habits. So for me, I did the challenge without changing my food habits. I didn't really pay attention to eating more proteins, eating certain foods that stimulate muscle growth or recovery. And this is something I would definitely recommend doing if you're planning on working out in VR and want to see more improvement. because in the past I've worked out from home in combination with a strict food plan, and even though this will ask a little bit more dedication, you'll definitely get more out of your workouts this way. Something else I didn't do during the workouts but definitely could have done is taking my headset with me during my work vacation. A big plus of working out in VR is that you can do it everywhere. Your hotel doesn't even need to have a gym. The only thing you have to do is keep a little bit of space in your bag and bring your VR headset. It could have made a big difference for me because I think the vacation and work stuff definitely got me out of my rhythm. So if you know you're someone who easily goes astray by prioritizing other things over your workouts, I definitely recommend just bring your headset everywhere. This way it will be easier to stick to your routine. Yeah. And this is it for the video, guys. Let me know in the comments below who is going to start working out in VR, and also if you have any tips and tricks to share with us, let us know, please. They're always welcome. And if you haven't seen the first video, you can check it out. It's somewhere shown on the screen right now. And I will talk a little bit more about the FitXR app in that video, so you can see what you can do in there. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and see you all next time. Bye.
You better keep that party going.
Bye.
Oh yeah, you showed up and showed out. I'm Karma, and I'll see you next time.